The Anti-Defamation League, set up in 1913 to combat anti-Semitism, has spoken out about the Bondi attacks on Sunday. They hosted a summit in Australia earlier this month to express solidarity with Australia's Jewish diaspora. The ADL Senior Vice President of International Affairs, Marina Rosenberg, joins us now from New York. Marina, thank you for your time. I know you're home now, but you were in Bondi Beach just days ago. How did you react to that scene of terror and trauma that you saw?
Gemma, thank you for having me. I came back just a week ago from Sydney and Melbourne, and I headed a delegation of the J7 task force to combat global anti-Semitism, which is comprised of the Jewish leaders from the 7 biggest Jewish communities outside of Israel. And we went to Australia to express solidarity with the community and to make a call to the government to do more and to act immediately to stop this rise of anti-Semitism. We have been seeing for the past 2 years how the Australian community has been suffering from a huge rise in anti-Semitism, a rise that they haven't seen before October 7th, 2023. And we went there to sound the bells. And unfortunately, the writing was on the wall.
Tell us what sort of reaction you've seen in the Jewish community in New York.
Look, it's not just in New York and here in DC, it's all over the world. I mean, Jews worldwide heard about the horrific news coming from Bondi Beach, and not just Jews. I think that everybody was shocked and we're all heartbroken. And I'm personally also angry that nothing was done to prevent this horrible terrorist attack. And we want to express our solidarity with the families of the 15 victims and wish that those that are injured recover quickly. And we're hoping that not just the Australian government, but governments around the world do not wait and listen to the Jewish communities when they ask for help and for protection.
At that J7 meeting, the Executive Council of Australian Jewry spoke about the level of anti-Semitism, saying it's at historically high levels, almost 5 times the average annual number before October 7, 2023. That was their numbers. You said after that was a wake-up call to communities worldwide. And now we have at least 15 lives lost, along with a gunman. How do you feel about those comments now? They came so close.
Yeah, I mean, we knew it, we saw the numbers, we heard the cry of the local Jewish community and our partners at the Executive Council of Australian Jewry, and this is why we went all the way to Australia from the US, Canada, Argentina, France, Germany, and the UK to be there together with them. We went to Melbourne. We were at the Adass Israel synagogue that was firebombed just a year ago. And there in a press conference, I clearly said, we called the government to take action before it's too late. And now, unfortunately, it's too late. So it's really heartbreaking and so disappointing. But I hope that this is really a wake-up call for all governments around the world. We've been seeing this tsunami of anti-Jewish hate all over the world, not just in Australia, also here in the US and in Europe. Only 2 months ago, there was a terrorist attack against a synagogue in Manchester in the UK. Here in Washington, we had another attack on a young Jewish couple leaving the Jewish Museum. So this is really a trend that we're seeing globally. And this is time for leaders to lead and step up and do the right thing in protecting all minorities, including the Jewish minorities in their communities.
And what specifically would you like to see from the Australian government?
Well, first of all, we join our partners in the Australian Jewish community in asking the government to adopt and implement the National Action Plan that was prepared by their own Special Envoy to Combat Anti-Semitism, Gillian Siegel. She presented that program over 5 months ago, and unfortunately the government has not found the time to adopt it and start implementing it. So I think that is a good start. Of course, we need more security, But to be honest, the answer is not Jews being behind bars when they go to their synagogues or to their Jewish schools. What we need is to go back to normal times where Jewish people can go to synagogues and schools and their different institutions and feel safe to be openly Jewish. I think that, Australia is known worldwide as a place that is not just beautiful, but very pluralistic and open and free. And I saw it myself standing there in Bondi Beach just a week ago. It's beautiful. I fell in love with the place. And to see it converted into this horror with bodies all over, with a 10-year-old dead, it's just really, it's devastating.
ADL's Senior Vice President of International Affairs, Marina Rosenberg, joining us there from New York. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you, Gemma.